Hi, this is Elena Lipson, and I am the Divine Self-Care Mentor. My passion in life is to help you to become the number one asset in life, in business, and the bedroom. So how did I get here? How did I become the Divine Self-Care Mentor? And what exactly does it mean to become the Divine Self-Care Mentor? What in the world do I do? So I want to take the next few minutes and introduce myself, tell you a little bit about my story, and what exactly is it that I do with women? Is it all about self-care? Yeah, but there's so much more than just manicures and pedicures, which are amazing. But there's a really deep core of self-care that runs through your life that can energize, light up, really connect you to what's most important in your life, in your business, and the bedroom. So how in the world did I come to become the Divine Self-Care Mentor? Well, I have a very, very good work ethic. I grew up as a child of an immigrant family. I actually moved here when I was 5 to the US from Russia, and both my parents had to work really, really hard to learn the language, to find a place to live, to get a job, to really make it in a new way. And I think over the years, I really inherited this really strong work ethic. We wake up, we go to work, we work really hard, we do what we say we're going to do, and then we work till we drop at night. And I sort of grew up with this little bit of an embedded philosophy in work, and it really showed as I look back on my life and how I worked in the corporate world. And I actually really love to work. I always did. I love expressing myself through the work environment, and I wore this work ethic as a badge of honor. I worked long hours. Yeah, I took vacations and things like that, and I really enjoyed my work. So there's sort of this misunderstanding that I wasn't hating work. I loved work, and I loved to work a lot. So I would work a lot, and then because I am an entrepreneurial being, I also started my coaching business 15 years ago on the side after my corporate job. So I was working quite a bit, and I was doing well, and I was moving to different companies, and I was, moving up the ladder, and I was getting the dream job. I was a corporate trainer for a really great company, and I got to develop curriculum and travel and did really fun things. And over those years, I was also getting very, very sick. I was developing autoimmune issues. I developed several autoimmune issues that were just not pleasant. And it all sort of came to a head when I became a mom. And I was not only still working as a mom, I worked pretty much right up until I gave birth. And then when my son was just 6 months old, I actually started my first online business, which was an organic baby store. So I never really did the whole thing that you're supposed to sleep while your baby does. I actually would get my son to bed at night, and I would blog, and I would, anyway, I would run my business. So eventually this all sort of came to a head when I found myself just, everything on the outside looked okay, but I was experiencing really bad symptoms of my autoimmune issues, and I was actually finally heard the words that nobody wants to hear, which is that I had precancerous colon cells. And so I think that was I would say the beginning of my wake-up call, where I knew something had to change, or I was going to go down a really bad road, both personally and professionally, and as a human being, as a mom, as a wife. So I had that moment of like breakdown, weeping on the floor. What the hell am I doing? Where am I going to go? What can I do? What can I do? What can I change? And I started on this journey of really, really taking care of myself. And I took a pause from work completely. I didn't touch my blog. I had sold my store. So I sold all my inventory, and I knew that I was going down a different road. So I basically found this amazing yoga studio that I started going to. And I have to say, I really found myself on the mat, like a lot of people say they do, and it really is true. You go back and you start moving your body, and you start getting quiet and present and meditating. And above that, I actually did a 6-month intensive yoga retreat, which was weekends and evenings several times a month. And I really took the time for myself, and I started kind of reawakening this part of myself that I was rediscovering, but also I was asking questions like, who am I now? And I started answering those questions, and they didn't match up with who I was in my 20s and 30s. And I'm still at the edge of my 30s, but it didn't match up with what I wanted then and who I was then. And I had to rethink all of this. And so what happened is I knew that I wanted to go back to work and start working with women again and be a coach again and do some training. And so I wanted to combine something that I was really passionate about. And what I had become passionate about was to help women to get healthy again, to ask, who am I now that my life has changed, now that I might be a mom, or I might be married, or I'm in this stage of life where I'm just questioning my priorities from before and wanting to create a business that reflects who I really am, and to make good money, but also not sacrifice my health, and to make money within a lifestyle that feels good, where you're not working yourself to the bone, where you're not waiting to get ill, where you're not waiting to get some crazy diagnosis before you realize that you need to slow down. So that's how I became the Divine Self-Care Mentor. I wanted to work with women entrepreneurs, a lot of moms, but not all moms, women who really want to feel nurtured by their business, want to express themselves in their business, want to show up every day in a way that is resilient and connected and tuned in and spiritual, and make lots of money, but do it in a way where they're connected with their passion. So that's kind of the trick, right? Is to find that sweet spot. So I've been able to do that for myself, and I help women all over the world do that. I work with women virtually, in workshops, in virtual groups, masterminds, as well as one-on-one. And I love creating courses that women can do on their own, like my 21 Days of Self-Care, which is like all my best tips and tricks to do that really goes into the deeper levels of self-care, which really is another way of saying self-love or self-worth. Because if you do really value yourself, you're going to take the time to put yourself on the schedule, to go and take time for yourself, to spend time in creative endeavors, to spend time alone, quiet, meditating, right? So this is kind of what I do, right? That's kind of the chunk of it. And so I help women in life, in business, in their bedroom. So in life, it's all about the daily strategies, the routines that help you to reconnect to what's most important, to ask questions of yourself that help you to reflect on what's most important. In business, we all know what a business plan is. We all know what a spreadsheet is. We all know what a client is. But what does it mean through the filter of what's most important to you? I'm not interested in having you recreate some sort of template or a business model that other people are doing, because honestly, it doesn't matter what other people are doing. It matters what you want out of your life. And so I want you to create a business plan that reflects you, that actually incorporates time off, incorporates pauses, intentional, incorporates time off for you to do the things that you really want to do, because you really become understood, like it becomes really deeply part of you, that time off, that self-expression, that play really does inform how you show up in business. So I love working within the business realm and helping you create strategies that help you show up and really be lit up and attract business. And then in the bedroom is another place that self-care is really, really important. If you are really comfortable with your body, wherever it is, and you feel healthy and well, and you're comfortable with an intimacy, both personal with yourself and with others that you're in relationship with, that opens up channels of energy in your body that really inform other areas of business. So there's, the chakra system. If you know anything about the chakra system, the root chakra is all about not just your family ties and your connection with the earth and your tribe, but also your connection with allowing abundance and money to flow. So I love to talk about energy centers as well. So that's me, Elena Lipson. I'm the Divine Self-Care Mentor, and my passion is to help you become your number one asset in life, business, and the bedroom, so you can show up, feel resilient, connected, lit up, tuned in, and turned on. And I'm really excited to share some of my strategies in the next video. I'm so excited. Feel free to connect with me anytime. And I hope that you feel ignited and inspired to make self-care your number one life and business strategy. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.